Wait, can we see chat?
We can see chat.
Hold on.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Happy time zones.
Happy time zones.
Oh, yay, matching.
How do you like? So I've got one of those Esterbrook cups. I've never actually put coffee in it.
Oh, that's what I have in here. It's so good.
Okay.
Keeps it warm.
I didn't know there was such a thing. I'm offended now that I wasn't gifted one.
They gave them out as their Christmas gift last year to their affiliates.
It actually has to be an actual influencer person.
It is potentially my favorite Christmas gift ever from a brand. Just because they actually sent us all Christmas gifts. And it was so cute.
That is very cute. I think they are available. They were at the Dutch Pin show I saw. But they're black. This is still brown, but this is black.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. I think your audio went out. Oh yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, Annabelle's muted herself.
She doesn't want to deal with her microphone. So Anabelle, what do you think?
Everything right now? Okay, we fixed it. I made the mistake of touching my audio face, which you should never do.
Excellent.
Anyway, what was that? Influencer Christmas gift?
Oh. We all got cups. We all got cups and we all got calendars.
Which the calendars are really pretty. I ended up gifting mine though. Just re-gift a gift.
I think I'll probably end up cutting mine, the pictures out from mine. I really liked her drawings. But I don't.
Oh, I thought you really didn't like the drawings. So
no, I really like the drawings. I don't use a desk calendar. I use my phone or I use my planner. I don't use a desk calendar.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing too, that I'm a planner crazy person. And then I already had these things, which I thought I was going to use with journaling, but no, it's just here. It goes in the trash every day.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I know.
Well, at least it's only paper.
Yeah, and we don't have recycling here, which is kind of annoying. It's not a thing. You have to drive a painful distance to recycle.
Wow.
I think that's an American thing.
Yeah.
Recycling.
Yeah.
And in the desert. So yeah. Exactly. We were just talking about you, Drew.
Hi, Drew. So what do you think, Drew?
Well, on Tuesdays, sure, but I don't know. These days, it has kind of a mustardy aftertaste that I'm not a huge fan of. I think they changed manufacturers.
I you thought immediately that we were talking about food.
Weren't you?
No, we were talking about the lack of recycling where Julia lives.
Well, obviously, I was kidding about the food. It was this lack of recycling is probably what's a real concern here.
It does taste mustardy after a few days, though.
I mean, who knows?
That's true.
That's the thing with recycling. You never know. Hi. Sorry, I'm late. I had technical difficulties. I insisted on using my nice camera and not the laptop camera because.
And now it's compressed into oblivion anyway.
Oh, hang on. Lady's calling. Wait.
I was just going to say, Drew and Anabelle are
I've muted Drew.
Professionals here. And then she was like, no, I got to take a call.
Drew had to take a call. Drew didn't even mute himself. I've just muted Drew.
I wonder what it's about.
He's like, go get it done.
Did you take out the recycling?
So
you got to Drew. We can't hear you.
Unmute Drew. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
You have full rights to drop eaves when I take a phone call during a meeting. That's the rule. Shannon was asking me if I cared about burger buns. I do not.
Oh.
Sesame seeds, you dig those too? The ones
I don't really care. I don't know. No, I've been doing the whole smash burger thing, and those are thin enough that bun consideration doesn't really matter because you really smash them. They're like a thin, more crispy patty, so you don't get that weird bulginess that you sometimes get with like regular grilled ground beef patties. So
Hell yeah.
they're more versatile as far as
like
bun selection goes.
The whole wheat like flatbread burger buns are so gross.
Here's the real question. Since we talked about hot dogs last time,
Yes.
do we care about, how do we feel about the hot dog buns that are sliced on the top?
I like those better than what's the other ones called?
The side.
Yeah.
So most hot dog buns are sliced on the side. So you have a larger side and then a more slim side. But there are some that are cut in the top so that both sides are equal. Those are less common, but
Okay. Yeah.
I think they are objectively superior.
I would agree.
They don't tear as easily. You don't ever get one that accidentally completely bisects itself.
Yeah.
And then you don't have the weird ones where it's like the top is all like bread and the bottom has almost no bread. And like,
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Top slice all the way.
I have to open it up a little bit more though, because I like to like.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
There is more work involved, but
There's also less risk.
Annabelle's really thinking on this.
I've never had an American hot dog in my life.
October,
so
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Oh, is that true?
I mean, you're good. Yeah, you're not going to visit and not have a hot dog.
Top sliced are the only way to go if you like toppings. I would agree.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. But what
important conversations.
condiments go on it? What do you put on it? That's the real question.
Mustard only.
Mustard, relish. I like the onion. There's like kind of like chips. They're basically like chips that.
Ooh, crispy onions.
Oh, yeah.
Crispy onions.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
And Diana sauce.
And what?
Diana sauce.
Who's Diana?
You
and
know
what does she have
Diana
in
sauce?
sauce?
You know Diana, and do you know her sauce?
Is this a Canadian thing?
Is it? Maybe.
Is it
I
a
don't
British
know.
thing?
Oh.
I've heard of it. I don't know that I've ever had it, but I've heard of it.
So they have different flavors. There's like barbecue, whatever, honey mustard, things like that. And there's like original Diana sauce. Look it up. It's good.
Diana sauce.
Yeah.
Huh.
They used to have like a spicy Diana sauce, which was my favorite. And then they discontinued it. But
Spicy Diana.
spicy Diana.
All right.
At least I don't put vegetable on my hot dog.
As someone who's allergic to beef, I basically top my hot dogs like they're a cheeseburger because I cannot eat a cheeseburger. And so I treat a hot dog like they're a cheeseburger.
Oh, okay.
So you will get the cheese, you will get the bacon, you will get the pickled onions.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I respect that.
It's a great time. Well, yeah.
My wife and
Veggie
I,
burgers are not as good as normal hamburgers. So instead I just eat very fancy hot dogs.
my wife and I have a favorite hypothetical, which is if you could have one food item have its nutritional value replaced by the nutritional value of kale, what food item would that be? And both of us agree that it should be a hot dog because they're absolutely horrible for you. But man, if your body processed it like it was kale, like how wonderful would that be? Just hot dogs all day long. Fantastic. And the healthy versions of hot dogs, have you ever tried to have a vegan hot dog or something like that? It's just it's so far from perfection. Like vegan burger hot dogs, vegetarian burgers or meat alternative burgers, like they're getting close. They're getting there. But hot dogs, they're
There's one
leagues
brand,
away.
one brand that does it right for the vegetarian hot dogs.
Really?
Called Smart Life or Smart Light or something like that. And
It doesn't get dry when you grill it?
it doesn't get dry when you grill it, but you don't grill it as long.
Okay. Because I've tried several and they always get really, really dry. The outer skin is like
Crispy.
I want it to sweat. I want the hot dog to kind of get sweaty like a real hot dog does. I want those meat sweats.
See, my thing is if I want a
drippy dog.
If I want a cheeseburger that badly, we're just going to A&W. A&W cooks a better veggie burger than we can cook at home, and I can get it with cheeseburger toppings.
Is that the root beer people?
It is the root beer people.
I haven't seen an A&W outside of like a mall in the 90s.
So they are everywhere in Canada.
Oh,
Like literally everywhere.
what a utopia.
It's great. because
Doesn't sound like a real place.
for a while they had a very low what's it called, buy-in for opening a location. And so they are everywhere. Pretty much every small town will have either an A&W or a Tim Hortons. It's
I've
great.
heard of that one. It's better. I mean, listen, I can't wait to explore Canada and all of its magic.
I cannot wait for you to be in Canada.
Yes. Apparently Diana sauce is Canadian. So Anabelle, you're going to have some.
I
hot dog.
Listen, everybody feed me. I'm ready.
When are you going?
I'm doing Scriptus this year, I think. I don't know. You can't buy tables yet, but
And when is that?
Right after I see you.
So like fall?
It's normally
October.
the last Sunday of October.
26th of October, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big discussion on Wednesday, whenever I last did a podcast, that you can't buy tables for Scriptus yet, and they haven't given us a date yet.
I like how it's like not the blank pen show, it's just Scriptus.
Yeah.
Like no pen show in the US has just said, like, you know what, we're gonna stop calling ourselves the Chicago Pen Show. We're gonna call ourselves
Windy.
I don't know, insert, mysterious, pretentious name here. I like
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Montreal's called Scrivenin.
Yeah, what
Wait,
is it with the US?
Montreal
Why can't we need to start coming up with some like crazy US pen show names.
The US pen show names need to get more pretentious.
Yeah.
Montreal has a pen show?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was only one show in Canada.
Well, Montreal only just had their first pen show.
Yeah.
How did
And
it go?
maybe their venue was too small for the number of people they had, which is the same issue Scriptus has, because everyone uses free venues here.
But yeah, because Scriptus is a library, and they don't sell tickets. They just let everybody in.
Yes, and maybe that
Amazing.
was the same issue Montreal
can't wait.
had.
I can't wait.
Lori's in the house.
Hey, hi
Hey, Tater.
everybody. Sorry I'm late. Sorry.
It's okay.
How's everyone doing?
Oh, very good. I love the Trader Joe's bag back there. It's super cute.
Oh, thank you. I had a viewer sent that to me on my thrift channel because I passed it in a thrift store one day, and then I got home and I said, I kind of wish I had bought that Trader Joe bag. And someone's like, I had a bunch, so she sent it to me, which I thought was so sweet.
Like I just have them.
Yeah. I love how every time, do they not have Trader Joe's in Canada? Because I feel like every time a Canadian visits the States, that's where they go.
So we've, at least in Ontario, we've got a place called Farm Boy, which is sort of like Trader Joe's.
Okay.
But it's, I think 95% of what they carry is Canadian products and produce. And so it's great. But
Good deal.
Trader Joe's has a better snack selection.
And it's called Farm Boy.
It's called Farm Boy.
Don't.
I like that.
Great
It's
marketing
like
there.
it's like a rural Game Boy.
It is like a, yeah.
It's a console that only does farm sims.
Right. Like, yeah, you get the new
Really?
Game
How
Boy.
does
Man,
your
I got
Prince of Minerals
Farm
have?
Boy. It's waterproof, it's dirt resistant, and it's made by what's that? I don't know. What's that Coke company that? Oh man, that
Carhartt.
Carhartt. Yeah, it's a Carhartt brand
yeah,
Game
yeah,
Boy
yeah.
Farm Boy.
Get it at Scriptus.
So funny.
Mhm. But yeah,
Wait,
I thought there
Drew,
was
did you get the Switch too? Did you get the?
Oh,
Did you get the Switch
no.
too? Are you gonna get it? I
That
don't
thing's
know.
$500 with $80 games. You kidding me?
yeah, I'm waiting on the OLED one. I'm going
Excuse me.
It's a smart choice.
Nonsense.
Uh,
Malarkey and hogwash is what that is.
there are a couple in Toronto. I want to say there's one in Newmarket and there's one in Barrie, but I might be wrong. They're great.
I
though.
believe you. I
They've
know
got
what
a
those
great
places
map.
are.
They've got a great, like, you can search up, like most places, by your postal code. So
I'm sure their parking lots are better.
their parking lots are like Costco on a Sunday.
Oh no!
That's scary.
Oh, Farm Boy, you're letting me down.
Mostly because a lot of them, at least in the city, took over what used to be very small storefront locations. And so there was already minimal parking to begin with.
Yeah, great. Trader Joe's are insane. I don't see the appeal, honestly. But
isn't Trader Joe's super prices? Like, popular in Japan as well? Like they love that aesthetic.
And people are crazy about those totes too.
Tote bag, they're like, I
don't get it.
Huh.
You'll get there one day.
Anabelle, you have such a pretty setup going, so professional.
Thank you. I love gear and I love acquiring gear without really having a use for it. So for the rare occasion that I'm asked to be on a stream or on a podcast, I'm ready.
Yeah, you are not messing around. I love it. Such a great setup. The lights are pretty.
Thank you. I have a massive like studio light right here and another like warm filler light on this side. And usually there's like some bokeh underneath it as well. But I have too many cables. So if I actually plug it in, I hear this light buzz forever. So I decided to save my sanity for today. But thank you. Yeah, it's silly. It started during COVID when everybody was home and hanging out on Discord, and all my friends sounded really good. And I was like, "Why do you sound so good?" And it turned out all of them had like good mics, and I was like, "I need a good mic, and then I also need a good camera and everything." And now we're rocking a whole.
You've got it all going on.
Yeah, I hacked into this Sony A5000 to get a clear HDMI out and everything. It's too much. Don't do it. Don't beat up. Just get a webcam. You're fine. But thank you.
You really put my taped off squares on the floor so I know where the floor lamps go back to shame.
I love that.
that is actual studio professionalism.
I have 2 different floor lamps that light me, and there are taped off squares on the carpet.
There you go. That's not a bad system either.
No.
I do also look like a ghost though, so
not at all.
Like this is not what I look like. I'm actually really like I just went for a run, so my face is actually like lobster red right now. But you can tell because
this is pretty accurate. My face is the same color as my pink shirt. This is accurate.
It's all in line.
Yeah. What you see is reality. There's no reason I should be wearing a shirt this color. It does me no favors, but I don't care.
How did that come to be?
Oh, my wife bought it.
I love her.
Yeah. It's from Back to the Future 3.
That's nice.
Cool.
I've seen none of them. I've saved them for when I'm at your house, and then we will show 3 of them.
We're gonna have a full dance card, lady.
Yep.
While you're eating hot dogs.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's no other way.
Oh, this is an interesting question.
Elizabeth, are you the one who did the video on it? I just caught a video with someone kind of doing a review of their Coffee Monster pen, and they said that the Esterbrook gold kind of rubbed off. And they had cleaned it, but it shouldn't have. I'm sure Esterbrook will take care of that when you reach out to them. I'm sure they'll replace it for you if you're the person who did the video. But I watched the video and I felt so bad. They were, quite disappointed. But I haven't had any issues with mine. I actually have it with me and looked, and I was like, oh, mine's still kicking.
She said no, but she's seen a
couple of videos. Ooh,
replacing would be sad because it has the swirliness right behind where it says Esterbrook, right? It has that swirly center band thing.
Yes.
And so I find myself, whenever I see one to tune one, I'm like, oh, you got a good one because you can actually read this. Or like you can, there's a lot of science to where the swirliness is. So I think it would be a shame if it was actually replaced. I think I'd be bummed about that.
Yeah, I feel like it does. That's what kind of makes each of those pens unique is whatever your swirl looks like, right?
Yeah, I agree. I saw something about it in the Esterbrook, like the official Esterbrook Discord group. A couple of people had sort of mentioned it, and just let Esterbrook know if that happens to you, and they will replace the cap for you if you want to keep the swirl. Like Anabelle said, they're pretty unique to you, right? So they'll replace it, and I think it was just like a sealant thing. So they didn't actually seal the gold foil.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And the Esterbrook contact form for warranty is on their website. So if you just shoot them an email there, I think it's Justin who will get back to you.
Yeah,
Justin.
and it's not all the pens. Just to be clear, it's like I don't know how many.
Yeah, maybe there was a batch. Mm-hmm.
That swirl always makes me think of like a Jello pudding pop. The swirly one.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Jello pudding pops?
I don't want to talk about it.
The sore subject. I do remember those. Mm-hmm.
It makes me think of when vanilla ice cream like melts down and you had syrup on it, like the chocolate syrup.
Yeah, definitely kind of ice creamy, which is nice.
Yum.
I do find myself wanting to just like lick them, but that's just me.
That's fine, but that's how you tell if the gold foil comes off.
It's the test. Yeah.
Esterbrook has said, like, everybody should go ahead and just lick them a lot to find out if yours has the sealant. Yeah, that's
you'll know instantly.
Yeah, the best.
Julia, did you wrap up your 30 inks in 30 days? I haven't seen the final video. What was the outcome?
So yeah, I just did attached to my June currently inked. Nothing like. No fireworks or anything at the end. It was just like, here are the last 5 and what I thought, or last 6 and what I thought.
What were the last 6? What was the combo of the last 6?
Ink Vent.
Oh, Ink Vent. Yeah.
And oh my God, and the first 6 pins.
Oh yes, that was a fun combo. So much fun. I love that.
I may end up, because I still have so many prompts left, I may just do like one pick for the rest of this year's currently inked. Like, yeah.
I think people would love that. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking, is the companion ink Forgotten Iced Coffee close to J. Urban's?
I've got both of them, and now I'm trying to find the swatch.
Oh, I did not have my comments turned on here. Cacao de Brazil, I think, is darker. That's like one of my favorite inks. I think Forgotten Coffee has a little bit more green in it. Forgotten Iced Coffee, if I'm not mistaken. I keep putting it in the pen and then flushing it out. Like it doesn't vibe the. Oh, okay. The
Esterbrook one's on the bottom.
Yeah, it does have a little bit more green. Mm-hmm.
Which to me does not read like Forgotten Iced Coffee. I feel like.
Same. I actually really like the color, but I just don't feel like it works with the pen for me. Maybe it's the swirls I have.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It is probably going to be part of my inks that their name doesn't feel like it vibes with the color series.
Okay. I mean, really watered down. I can maybe see it. I don't know. I definitely see what they were going for. I do like the color. My little swirl is very like caramel. I got a lot of like the more orangey browns. So I think mine goes more with like a what am I thinking? Brilliant brown. Like kind of has that orangey color in it, my particular one. And then a lot of them have that like espresso dark color too, which I think would vibe a little bit better with the Forgotten Iced Coffee.
A lot
Brilliant
of
brown is what they called me in math club.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I took algebra 1 4 times. I'm very bad at
it. That's great.
I believe you.
Read aloud those issues.
I just Googled Forgotten Iced Coffee. Like, is this an actual drink or did they just come up with that term for the ink? And I think they just came up with the term for the ink.
I think that's the name of the ink.
It's the name of the ink.
I think it's a concept and a universal experience. If you just leave your coffee somewhere and then you come back to it and you're like, oh.
And it's all watered down.
Oh, okay. So literally forgotten. Okay, because I'm like, well, because I was thinking like desserts and treats, and like forgotten cookie is a thing. I'm like, is this like an actual recipe? But okay, so it's a literal. You forgot about it. Okay,
it's a literal. You set it down. You get busy doing something else. When you get back to it, all the ice is melted. Your coffee's watered down, and then you have to decide if you're drinking the melted coffee water. You're going to,
or it's a mythical, magical potion from some. Fantasy story.
Well, I never drink iced coffee. I'm either like a hot coffee or no coffee person.
I think it just happens to Helen a lot because she's like always designing and doing other things, that she has like a coffee and it just sits there forever.
Makes sense.
Right.
And then
It
by
kind
the
of
time
makes
it
sense
gets
for the
back to
theme
it.
of the
No, I
pen.
love it because it's like a desaturated color too, which
Yes.
I kind of like.
I just feel like I needed it to lean slightly more brown and slightly less green, because the green undertone of it in reference to coffee sort of wigs me out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Kinda-
don't want
kinda
my
moldy.
coffee to be green.
Like it's not been a day, it's been 6 months.
Yeah, there is mold in your
Call it forgotten matcha.
Ah, there you
Call
go.
it forgotten matcha. You know, the green makes sense.
Do I have it? No, I was gonna say, speaking of matcha, I did a whole spread in my ink journal just to like bitch about the Twsbi matcha silver
I'm
trend.
so with you, Julia.
I loved your rant when we were DMing about it. It was glorious.
Wait, tell me everything. I know nothing. I don't pay attention to anything. Everybody clue me in.
Okay, where do we start here? So when Twsbi came out with their like creme, their like cafe, it's like these brown things like pins in a breakfast series. All of the trims are rose gold and gold. Someone on Reddit did a mock-up of the matcha one, and it had gold trim as well. It was beautiful. And so I guess people were like, hey, Twsbi, make this pin. And they made the pin. And the green I can live with. The green is fine.
Yeah, the green seems good.
Person, yeah. But the trim is silver. And it's in the series of pins that have gold and rose gold trim. So I'm like, this is not a series anymore. You have broken the series.
And I just feel like it made it look like so many of their other green pens. Like I feel like doing the bronze. So like there's the cafe bronze, right? There's the bronze trim. There's the even the white with rose gold trim. And then the creme has the rose gold trim, I believe. They're just so pretty and they just work together so well. And that matcha would have been the icing on the cake. And then, yeah, I don't know why they went with the silver, because they had like the glow in the dark green that it kind of resembles. And somebody else referenced another green that it looks like. My friend Kate, she's Wolf Kate Witch is her handle. She collects every Twsbi. So I think she did a post with all of her greens. Like, so she was excited to get the matcha and add it to the lineup. But it really does look so similar to other ones. And they would have just sold an enormous amount of them if they did.
I think Fountain Feeder, you can't see it, but they posted all of the green. I don't know if they're all of them. 6 of them, so that's a lot of them. I don't know if that's all of them. All of them right next to each other.
And how do they compare?
Wait, is there a way that I can send it to you? And
then
I mean, put it on the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you could just like slam it up against.
I would have to kick one of you off.
So there's a glow green, there's Irish green, there's matcha, there's Persian green, there's amazonite, and there's jade. And do all of them have?
Jade has a different color trim, doesn't it?
Yeah, Royal Jade has like a bronze trim.
Okay.
Oh, does it? They all look kind of silver in this. But
it's also kind of dark. It's not like a true jade.
Yeah, it's not like a matcha. It's definitely a different green.
My issue was that with the silver trim, when it's in that lineup of other greens, like it just looks so similar. Like there's no way to pick it out of the lineup anymore.
Yeah, that's
like it's just
that's my point.
It's just
I think
green.
Yeah, they just would have done so much better, and there was so much enthusiasm around that drink series, the breakfast series.
They can still do it, and they can still make money on it.
This is true. This is true. There's still time.
I want a butter one as well. Like that needs to be next. Like a nice.
Ooh.
I like that.
Wait, butter?
Like a butter yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would look nice with the lineup.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Talk about a first world problem, right? We're so angry at the silver.
Can we stop making pens that I want to lick though? It's kind of.
Yes. I love food pens. I love food themes.
That's Annabelle's criteria.
Always.
Yeah.
Stop making me want to lick it. Yeah.
Oh. So funny.
How do y'all feel about like food scented candles? Is that like a no-fly zone for y'all, or y'all like, yes, I want my home to smell like foods?
I'm
like
a fan of
like
vanilla,
cookies and
I
stuff.
guess.
Like y'all are y'all into the
Apple
cookie
pie,
candles?
apple
Maybe the
crisp.
sweets and dessert foods, but not steak. Like a steak.
Bacon? No.
No seafood.
Oh God.
Oh,
I
microwave
like
salmon Yankee candle.
I mean, we are like home of the Yankee Candle in Massachusetts, in Deerfield, Mass. We have like, it's like an outing we go on every year in the winter. They have like Santa's workshop and restaurants, and people are crazy about their Yankee Candles out here, like nuts. And I guess, vanilla or chai. I think I like the fall and winter, like vanilla cookies and pumpkin spice and like that sort of stuff. But summers, not so much, I guess.
No, but I would also say, again, this is Mom. Like, we don't use candles really in the summer here. Like, candles are very much a fall winter thing in our house. And
sweaters and candles. Yeah.
What did Sheila say?
Yeah.
Warm,
and you probably make your own.
Warm spices. Yeah. You go, Vicky.
Yeah, I usually use, I'm more of an essential oils person. So I use like outdoorsy smells.
Ooh,
so I love like fresh, like pine, and I want to live in a forest. So that's what I go for.
I always like pine. I would light up a pine every day of the year. I don't even care if it's pine season or not. Like, I'll light a pine candle in summer. My wife would not tolerate that, but I would.
Hot dog candle? Yes or
Hell
no?
yeah. Give me that hot dog stank in the living room.
A goulash candle though.
Tomato blossom.
For my homesickness, or like a broth.
Ooh,
like a
broth
kind of candle.
You could probably make a broth candle pretty easily.
Chicken soup.
I don't know. Should we try?
This is an interesting thing. A tomato blossom candle. How do we feel about this?
Oh yeah.
I like the smell of like a tomato garden.
I think I sniff my tomato plants more than I eat the tomatoes from my tomato plants.
Yeah.
I probably do.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, I support that. Maybe with a little basil infused too. Amy. That would be nice.
Oh yeah, fire it up.
You just want your house to smell like pizza. I like it.
Basically. We got Mom the best Mother's Day gift this year.
What did you get?
We got her a pizza oven that fits in the barbecue.
Oh.
So it's not a separate pizza oven. It is a pizza oven insert for your barbecue.
That is so cool. And then you get
how often do you make pizza?
Fairly often.
Like the brick oven vibe to it on the stone.
Yeah.
So a barbecue is the same thing as a grill, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you only have heat coming from the bottom, right?
Yes.
All right. So
does it get a little smoky?
So does it capture the heat?
Yeah,
so
that's my thing. Is like, how so
around?
you get do we have any sort of heat coming from the top at all, or does it just kind of like?
Do your barbecues in the States not have a lid that comes down?
They do, but like the bottom still gets way more cooked than the top does, which is why you have to flip.
Okay, but it's like it's an actual pizza oven. It's a pizza stone, and it's got a lid thing and a little chimney, and then the barbecue cover comes down on top of it.
The heat does go up, right? And then I guess it would trap at the very top.
Huh. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. I know nothing about fire.
You're not this, please.
I bought it.
Thanks.
It's great. We bought it in the Hudson Bay going out of business sale. As Carola.
So is it a weekly tradition? Because I have pizza every Sunday, and I will have pizza every Sunday until I die.
We don't quite have pizza every Sunday. We have pizza fairly often. I would say we have pizza more in the summer when we're having fresh veggies out of the garden.
Anabelle, you have pizza every Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow. How long ago did this start?
Years ago.
So what is it like a family tradition from when you were a child?
Oh no, as in since I lived here in the Netherlands.
So what's the dedication behind the tradition of Sunday pizza?
Pizza Sunday.
I mean, that's just it. Did you come up with this, or was this a boss thing?
It's a unified thing.
Because
it's race Sunday as well. We watch Formula One. Hi, I'm a Formula One fan. I can't help it. I'm sorry. And so pizza and Formula One is a stunning combination that you can't. Yeah, but
so do you buy your pizza or do you make your pizza?
It depends. Ideally, we would entirely make it ourselves. But pizza dough is really annoying, and you have to think of it the day before, and so we don't do that.
Do you get delivery, or do you send the boy out?
We still make it. And then Okay, so this week is an exception. So I also don't eat the whole pizza. I eat half the pizza, and then I make the second half the pizza the next day. This week we decided to also have pizza yesterday, so I'm gonna have pizza 4 days in a row, and my life is perfect.
Wow, my
I'm
son
so
would love
jealous.
that.
You actually don't even cook the entire pizza sometimes?
Yeah, we just
That's
I'll prepare half
restraint.
the like I cut the pizza dough in half
Yeah.
and then only make that part, put that in the oven, and then so it's still kind of fresh. This like the second half
Oh,
will be
that's nice.
kind of
That's
like a new pizza, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
make good
awesome.
choices. It's fine.
I love that.
I love pizza.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love that you're having pizza 4 days in a row.
That's
That's
brilliant.
solid.
It's
I
living the best
mean,
life.
listen, other than that, I live a fairly healthy life. I just had a blood test done. My
She ran
cholesterol
this
is like
morning.
so good. I just went for a run.
That's pretty impressive.
And it's only half a pizza. And I try to get as much protein in as I can in the morning and for my midnight snack. Don't judge me. And so yeah. Pizza is just that's my carbs and fat and cheese. Necessary mandatory weekly cheese
good
input.
stuff.
That was our second choice between like as far as if we could have any food item have the nutritional value of kale. It was between pizza and hot dog. Like that was really it because.
But there's so much more variety
pizza.
in pizza, right? Because you can put anything on pizza.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then
in
it
the
tastes
US
worse.
you can.
The more healthy it gets, the worse it tastes.
Ooh.
I'm not saying healthy. I'm saying like other stuff you put on it,
Yeah, like hot dogs.
like more cheese. Hot dog on pizza.
Put hot dogs on your pizza.
Oh boy.
I love trashy
You
pizza. I get made fun of a lot because my favorite pizza is just like Domino's and Pizza Hut. That's all I care about.
What?
I've never been to Pizza Hut.
I don't think there are
Should we
many.
go?
No, there aren't many left. I have a website I can send you if you're in the US and you want a Pizza Hut classic because there are still some old school Pizza Huts you can go to that have the old school aesthetic. They've rebranded them as Pizza Hut classics. They're like officially like little time capsules. They're amazing.
You drove to one with Archer, I want to say within the last few months, right?
I did. It was
Can we
totally
go
worth
to
it.
that one? How far is that?
It's about 50 minutes.
See, that's like 5 minutes in American time.
Totally doable.
Yeah, easy. Road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Annabelle, what are you putting on your pizza? Because now this is a topic.
Excellent question.
Topic.
Okay, so I say that I'm from Tomato Europe, right? That being like the southern part, the Mediterranean part, roughly, give or take. I don't super love American pizza with all of its everything.
Mm-hmm.
I like my flavors quite delicate. So I like sauce, I like cheese, and I like prosciutto.
Mm-hmm.
And not too much of any of it. Like I don't want the bread to be super thick. I don't want the cheese layer to be super thick. I want it to be like you can kind of tell the different ingredients apart. And
You're not gonna like Pizza Hut.
No, okay. Here's the thing. I understand that American pizza, and I call it American pizza because it's a separate category of food. It's an open-faced sandwich, and that's fine. It's just a different meal, but that's where my elitism will end, and I'll shut up.
Where are you? So you're not originally from the Netherlands. Where are you from?
No, I'm Austrian. I was born in Germany. I grew up in Austria. And Austria obviously borders Italy, it borders Hungary, it borders Switzerland, it borders Germany. So there's a ton of culinary influences from all around. It's phenomenal. But generally, there's just a ton more flavor in Austria than you'd find in the Netherlands. Which is why I say that Basta is from Potato Europe and I'm from Tomato Europe.
Oh,
and you can have a preference, and I definitely do.
I like that.
And I moved to the Netherlands.
It varies quite a bit though in the States as well. I mean, it's just like we say, like if you go to the Midwest, you don't get pizza like you get in New York or Boston, So I think there's a lot of pizza pride within the regions of the States because it's just so massive, and we can walk down the street and there'll be like 5 pizza shops and, they're all wildly different. Like we differentiate between like Italian pizza and Greek pizza, kind of made a little bit differently, or like deep dish in Chicago. And, I think it varies a lot, but I don't like a ton either. I don't like when you lift up your pizza and it falls down, right? Because there's so much stuff on it.
Well, that's why you need a really thick crust. I like them both. I want it to be like a plate that you can eat.
Well, that's like the deep dish. I mean, that's like deep dish, I guess, right?
But
Like
then we're getting into Annabelle's topic of it being an open-faced sandwich,
like a sandwich
and not a
if
slice
it's just
of pizza.
too much.
That's what it is.
Well, Annabelle and I went to Giordano's in Chicago. That was
we did.
That's
I had a great time.
That's a pie.
Yeah. But also, like American pizza, I can eat 2, maybe 3 slices. A European or Italian pizza, I can eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't because it's.
So Annabelle, what about your prosciutto? Because I'm very fussy about that. Like I need that. Like I want to see through it.
As in how thinly it's cut.
Yes.
I'm with you. I want it to be very, very thin.
Yes.
Because otherwise you have to like chew on it a ton.
Yeah, and if there's too much fat, I get skeeved out. But like,
I don't like to chew on
if it's good, it's phenomenal. But if it's bad, it's bad.
Shall we go on a trip to Italy together and
I will meet you there?
Delicate prosciuttos, thinly cut. I think we'd have the best.
Jay and I are going to be there. Our 30th anniversary is this month, June 25th.
Wow.
And we're actually going to be in Amsterdam for our anniversary because Jay had to go for work, but we booked a trip to Italy for September. So we're going in September to celebrate, but we are going to be in the Netherlands for the actual anniversary.
Do you have any plans for?
We're going to visit where our family is from, which is outside of Rome. My son studied there in 2019. So we did like Florence and Venice and Tuscany, but I haven't been to Rome. And I think my family is Jay's family's from Alvito, and my family's from Ascoli, which I think is like northeast of Rome. So we're going to do like a little family heritage. Right now we're debating on whether to go to Naples or go back to Venice, because Venice is like my favorite. But neither of us have been to Naples. So we're just like wondering, we can't do both on the trip. So we have to decide. That's what we're deciding.
Have you been to Venice often?
Just once.
I mean, you only have so many more opportunities before it's gone.
Very true.
Yeah.
It is, and it's a special place. That was actually my initial reaction. I'm like, if we have to decide, I'd go back to Venice. But now neither one of us have been to Naples, but
Venice is
the best. It's awesome.
And counting the days.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
They should just be better at water management.
Yes.
That's where the Dutch superiority comes in.
Who's going to DC?
I reckon Drew is.
Yeah.
I'll be there anyway. Yeah, no, we're getting. I'll have a Farney's table down in the basement.
Do you have a table?
Yep, I'm gonna be down there pestering CY.
Oh boy.
Throwing things at him, paper airplanes and such.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do. Hopefully, this stinking store will be open by then. The plan is to just have some freebie, Barney's branded Pilot Varsities and hand them out as sort of like.
Can I have one? Can you save me one?
No.
Why?
What have you done for me? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, ma'am.
Just been your friend.
The plan is to be like, hey, look, here's a pen. It's for free. Go to the store with this pen and get another free thing or something. It was some sort of like go to the store. We're not really going to be selling anything because that's not the goal. We already have a store in DC. If people want to go buy something, go to the store. But it's going to be like hey, we're here. We're not gone. We're still a thing. Barney's exists. Go to the store here, and hopefully it'll be open. But man, the drawings themselves, the planning process has been months long. So now we're into, electrical and flooring and permits and insurance. And I'm hoping that it's done before DC because the delays. I knew that there were going to be delays, but man, it has been shocking.
Mm-hmm. If it's not done, will you have the Farney's exclusives available at the show? Stuff.
That's a good question. I don't want to think about that. It's going to be done. It's going to be done. It's going to be
too much work talk. Stop it.
It's going to be fun.
We need to talk about hot dogs and pizza.
Yeah, if we have no then again, I don't know, because I wanted to use the if we're selling stuff, I need to use the store's POS system. So if the store is not open, and the POS system isn't set up for, retail, like physical retail, then I'd have to find some other way to set up point of sale. So I don't know.
Wait,
I'm
what
hoping
do
it
you
works out.
use?
Sorry for
Are you
making
allowed to
things.
disclose?
I apologize.
Oh, no.
What do you use for what do you run?
Oh, we
your
just have
store
like a
on?
little Verifone device, a little keypad thing, but it's tied into the website. So if the it should be fine. It should be fine. We should be able to do that, but it just depends. The goal wasn't to just sell stuff, but we need to have some purpose there. So yeah, I should probably think of a plan B. Thank you.
You should think about selling things because you're a store.
Yeah.
But the store does that.
Well, even if you just had like the exclusives.
Yeah, we
Or
could do
just
that.
bring them for Alexandra because
Yeah.
Alexandra doesn't know if she's going to DC, but Alexandra wants to enable somebody to get her the Retro 51 Farney's exclusive.
You have a mule in mind.
I don't yet.
I know a guy.
Yeah, I do too. But I asked you before Chicago, and I still don't have one.
Wait,
Ooh.
I'm going to Drew's and then I'm going to Scribbles after. So this is very easy. What are you talking about?
That's true.
I mule things all the time.
There we go. We've got our.
Thanks, by the
Perfect.
way.
We got a new plan.
When is DC?
First weekend of August.
Beginning of
Oh, okay.
August.
It's like July 31st through August 3rd or 4th.
The worst time ever
Yeah.
of any event.
Do we ever think that CY is going to have his pen in like stores like Atlas so I can build my credit to get that damn pen?
I want that pen.
I just,
Oh, I have a few.
I've gotten so cheap with store credits and stuff that if it's not a store that I can't use credit, I get like, so that's when I'm just waiting to show up in
That's
stores.
how I feel with employee discounts because I've never like been in a place where I haven't had an employee discount. So I'm like, all right, well, if this isn't available at one of the stores I'm working at, like, do I really need to buy it?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like waiting for Atlas to carry Scribo for like 2 years now. Gold Spot does and Apple Boom does. That's where I usually get them at Apple Boom. But yeah.
I
I don't get any discount anywhere. What a nightmare.
That's how I feel right now about the Sean Design Pocket 6. I have credit. Atlas has them, except the only one that I can get the lid off that Atlas has is green. I don't want the green one. I want it in a pretty color. So now I'm waiting for Atlas to get more colors so that I can
It was
get
like a bone white one in Chicago that I thought was really pretty. I
I
really
still
liked
don't own a
that
Sean
one.
pen. It's shameful.
Yeah.
What's that?
You don't
It is.
own an Ian pen? Do you own the Monarch at all?
I don't know. I don't own a single pen made by Ian.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
But I want one.
I know.
I have the Monarch, because it's
Ooh, they
a
keep,
colleague who made a nib, so I gotta be a
pestering
colleague.
Brian and Brendan about Scribos, apparently. So.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why they don't carry them yet. I really don't.
There are a couple brands that I feel that way, though, with various stores.
But I mean, I guess everybody can't have everything. So it takes time.
I think every maker makes very deliberate choices as to where to bring their product and how it's going to be best represented and how many on what continent and whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And do they actually provide? Because it is a cut on the maker's part, right? If they sell it through a different store, they make less money on it.
Yeah.
And so it has to be a very deliberate choice as to who they work with and to what volume as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got nothing
I don't know.
negative to
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Scribo's fantastic.
I mean,
I'm glad anytime a store picks up Scribo, I think they should have more eyes on them. They make good stuff.
Yeah. I like their new limited edition that came out this week.
Like the starry one.
Yeah.
I don't have that model, but that was pretty.
I saw it.
It's definitely not an entry-level pen, though. I think you need to have used
I agree.
pens a good amount.
I don't think they have
understand
one.
how it wants to be used.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
So
They're very pricey, and there is no entry level. You're right.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I've had
I
quite
think
a
that's
few
okay
people
for
who are
some
like, I have a
brands.
nib and I don't know how to work it and it's scratchy. I'm like, yeah, it's a delicate nib. You're gonna listen to it and you're gonna listen to what it wants from you.
That's a very good point. And I always have a hard time telling customers that, like, for 13, 14 years now, it's like, once you get to that point where you use enough of them, you kind of realize that, like, I can be okay with any pen. I just, need to understand, like, hey, this is just kind of the way this one is. But it's so hard to tell somebody else to adapt to the pen, because that's just not something a lot of folks are immediately willing to do.
Right.
Yep.
And I still to this day have not found a universal way to effectively state that.
Well, and
Go on.
pens should just write when you get them out of the box. So I understand people's frustration with some of the higher end pens and there's so much buildup when you make that first big investment that it can be a disappointment, you know.
I think I always use the car analogy because, you know, I've spoken to folks who have driven like Italian sports cars and things like that. And they will, if you have somebody who is a fan of Italian sports cars and also a fan of Italian fountain pens, they're fine with it. They get it. They totally understand. They're like, yeah, no, I mean, it does. I wouldn't say it's the best, you know, the best thing in the world, but I love it. And, you know, you gotta figure it out. It's like part of it for them. It's like part of the challenge, because when you do figure it out, it's really awesome. So it just really depends on your, you know, kind of the context and your history and your personal journey in, you know, whatever hobbies you've dabbled in. I feel like every hobby probably has something like that.
Yeah. So I think I usually tell people, if there is friction or something doesn't work out, either they adjust to the pen or the pen adjusts to them to whatever capacity the pen can, right? Which is my job. But it is very much like an instrument or like a camera, right? Like you can take your phone camera and you can make photos that are all right. You can post them on the internet and people are going to be like, wow, you great lunch. Or you get a really fancy Sony whatever, and your initial photos, if you don't know anything about how to use a camera, are going to be trash and blurry, and you don't know what depth of field means. So why is everything dark? But if you learn to use it, it's a phenomenal tool, and it can serve you so much. Or like if you buy a grand piano, if you've never played piano before, you're going to have a tough time. But
that's a real smart way, of looking at it. Yeah, I'm wrestling with a DJI Osmo like vlogging camera right now. And there's so much hype over it. And I just feel like I have not, if I put it on manual setting, like the clarity's not there. My phone looks better. And I just keep forcing myself to use it, because then eventually something will click. But yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's hard. And ideally, like a starter pen should just kind of like serve you right away. And that's awesome. And then you learn more. And
that's what Pilot's for.
Yeah.
But Pilot will almost always. I'm a big Pilot shill.
Same. Like, especially as someone who works with customers, like you have to fall in love with Pilot, just because it makes it so that, you know, nothing comes back to you about it. Like, so it's easy to be a, you know, Pilot nerd when, you know, you're in the habit of, you know, selling or retailing or providing any sort of, you know, support to writers. But, you know, you got your personal favorites too that might be take a little bit more work, but they're just kind of like, you know, for whatever reason, they draw you in.
Yeah. The only person I know that's ever gotten a truly awful Pilot nib is actually Mom on a Cockano. And it would not write. It was her second Cockano. And it did not write at all. And I don't actually know where that pen is. She now daily drives a Pelican Jazz.
She burned it.
But at least I feel like if you're spending $14 on the pen and you don't love it, I mean, it's still money, but like, you know, I think it's the biggies that
it's small money versus a lot of money.
Yeah, it's still money, but and usually those are pretty consistent. So
yeah.
Did you get like an extra fine or something? Because I know Mom.
No, it's a medium.
Oh, okay.
Apparently she has it. Just tried it now. Still hate it.
Oh, Sheila,
hey, do you wanna wait? When I'm in Canada, we'll just have a look at it, and then I'll tune you silly coconut. It's not going to be worth the effort, and it's going to be great, and you'll love it. I promise.
Hey, and we'll bring you baked goods again, Annabelle.
Okay, that's a fair trade.
Also, we got back here, and I went, fuck. Here's Annabelle's loaf of bread. It came to Chicago, and it came back to Canada.
Oh, that's the worst.
Not my bread. I completely forgot about it, truthfully. And I hope you ate it and enjoyed it.
We did.
But I will have it one day.
In October.
I bring Annabelle a bag of coffee crisps.
Mom made Annabelle cookies, and I made Annabelle a loaf of bread, and the bread came to Chicago and came home with us.
To be fair, there was no way we would have found that loaf of bread in your hotel room. not to bash you, but there was a lot of stuff.
She's not wrong.
It also only got worse after you and Drew were there. Like,
maybe it was there the whole time.
It was there the whole time.
Where?
Oh my goodness.
We could not have seen it.
It was sitting on top of the mini fridge. It was there the entire time.
Wait, I looked at the.
Yeah.
Was the coffee on top of it? The coffee machine was that?
Oh wait, it really was there the whole time?
It was there the whole time. It was on top of the
I thought we were joking.
No, it was on, no, because the coffee machine was on like the side bar table thing, and then we had a mini fridge that was sitting next to the TV, and the loaf of bread was sitting on top of the mini fridge because I was like, I have to bring this to Anabelle, and then I set it down there, and I never thought about it again until we were packing up our room on Monday morning.
Oh boy.
To be fair, I don't know how I would have eaten it.
That's fair.
Like
Someone would have had to feed you because your hands were all empty all weekend.
I
but-
love when people feed me though.
Hey, there's a great video of me sitting on the floor feeding Anabelle freeze-dried raspberries.
Oh
I did
yeah,
see
that was
that.
a good time.
That
That was
sounds
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Is the internet ever gonna see that? Did we already post
The
it
internet
somewhere?
can see it if you want the internet to see it. I can find it.
I thought I saw a at least a still from that.
Yeah, you probably did. There were.
Like, I think you posted something about it, or you maybe showed me.
I might have showed you.
Okay, yeah.
It was the
I
highlight.
think it was when you came up to the room to get a cup of coffee, and Anabelle went, "This is how we spent part of today."
Classy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I feel like I was particularly unhinged in Chicago this year. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It was a great show.
I would say it did feel particularly unhinged. I think we were all really tired, and they kept taking away the coffee and various forms of caffeine too fucking early.
And
That
the lack
seems to
of
be very
sunlight as well,
controversial.
because
Yes.
I was in the basement. I was a basement gremlin, so I
He's
think
a cellar dweller.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
And-
Laurie, I was supposed to grind things for you. We never got to your appointment.
You know, I almost cried.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
No,
you were
calm
like
down.
my main reason for going to Chicago.
Oh, you don't mean that. That's
Anabelle,
ridiculous.
No, honestly, it worked out because the night before I walked by Matthew Chen and I didn't realize Matthew was there.
Oh, he's
and
way
he had
better than me
worked on
anyway.
some of my stuff at
Yeah.
Commonwealth. And so I was like, you know what? The more pens I can have worked on, the better. So I sat with Matthew and he worked on 2. And then, I don't know, I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to find
Are
you.
you going to be in New York?
New York is possible. Yes, the Empire Show. When is that? My son lives around there, so we
October
get to New York quite often. This
No,
is a
I
new
think it's
show,
like
correct?
11th-ish.
11th and 12th. It's Thanksgiving in
October.
Canada that weekend.
Oh yeah, that's
So
October?
my
Is it October or November?
October.
October, mid-October.
I don't know.
my
the
last
one-
US tour this year is going to be a triple header where we're going to do Anabelle Hiller Incorporated. I'm doing New York, and then Denver and Scripters, and somewhere in between, I'm heading to DC to pester my darling Drew over there. And it's going to be just show.
Wow.
And so yeah, New York. If anybody's going,
Okay.
You know,
Colorado,
I
I've
will
never
say
been.
Empire is kind of a cool
Colorado is
name.
awesome.
most likely of anything mentioned, but
Empire State Strikes
I
Back.
can always send it to you and then come pick it up when I'm in Amsterdam.
Oh, that would mean I'd have to do it in my own time. Ugh, I hate doing grinds.
She's like,
I do kind of hate doing nip work, but I mean,
No,
wait, how long are
we'll
you in
connect.
Amsterdam for?
What?
How long are you in Amsterdam for?
Just like 4 nights, I think.
That seems ample opportunity to.
Yeah, just 4 nights. That's like a
Just
whole
4 nights.
vacation.
Well,
That
Jay
seems
has a
like you and
couple meetings,
Anabelle can
and
book
then-
off an
yeah.
hour.
We'll see. I'll message you, or I'll try to
I'm not that
connect
busy.
with you at Empire. We'll see.
Yeah. Also, if anyone's looking for a hotel room sharing thing, I'm down. That hotel is real expensive.
It is
Oh, in
so
New York,
expensive.
everything's expensive there.
Oh, the New York one?
Yeah,
Mhm. If
It's-
anybody wants to go splitsies, I'm down.
it's like $316 a night,
Jesus.
and
Wow.
that's the show rate.
Mm.
I'm not surprised.
I feel like
Yeah,
the San
it's in
Francisco
Midtown.
hotel is expensive too.
I would think so.
It
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Well, and next year we're back in Brooklyn too. That will be pricey again. If anybody for Stationery Fest, they're going to come back in 2026.
Okay. Right.
Chicago was amazing, Lucas, and I remember you.
Yeah.
With the
I
beard.
remember you too, and your wonderful beard.
So well kept.
It's very
Phenomenal. Yes.
When will your appointments be available?
Oh, yes. They will be on my website, and I'll try to put them on a month before the show. That is generally like if the show is on the 29th, I'll try to put them up on the 29th, the month before.
Generally just stalk her Instagram stories.
Stalk my Instagram, and sometimes you'll have to see things that are not pen related. I'm sorry. I'll try.
like the Formula One museum, which I didn't even know that
was awesome.
Happy.
She did look so happy. I was like, but it's car wreckage.
Okay,
You
the
were
car
so
wreckage should make me
genuinely
happy.
gleeful.
I did bounce around that place a lot. I'd never been near a Formula One car before, right? I've never been to a race before, and I've been watching for like 6 years now, and like I'm really into it. I know I'm obviously not an engineer. I don't know that much about the technical side of it, but I've been so into it for so long, and so getting to be near the actual cars that was exciting. Okay. Also, the tires are made of hard rubber. The tires are made of ebonite. They smell the same.
Wow.
If you go to a racetrack, it smells of ebonite.
That's crazy.
Phenomenal. So cool. And then there was a wreckage, and it did like a teared up when I saw that. That was horrifying.
Ooh.
Anyway, sorry. It's very exciting.
You were sad?
It was okay.
Did anyone get
I want to
hurt?
say in 2021 there was a driver who something happened and he just like drove right into the wall, and like the wall kind of split the car in half. The car's entirely made of like carbon fiber, and the carbon fiber just kind of like tore, like it looked like fabric. And it burst into flames, and everybody knew if he makes it out in 30 seconds, he's fine. If he's not out after 30 seconds, he's dead. And he makes it out, and he climbs over the barrier. One of his shoes got stuck, so he had to like step on it. So his hands are completely burnt, but he made it out. And that was one of the phenomenal things, because he could have very easily died.
Did you watch this when it happened?
I wasn't there, but I watched it on TV. Yeah,
right,
and
right.
I audibly gasped. Like I remember being like, "This doesn't happen," because safety regulations and measures have improved so much over the last few decades. That is the only reason he lived, is because they have developed the fabrics, like for their suits and everything, that they would be protected long enough that they can make it out. And so seeing that and being so close to the actual wreckage and knowing how he could have just not made it, but he did, and so that is pretty phenomenal to see.
Ooh.
To me, anyway.
That's heavy.
Anyway, hot dogs though, right?
Yes.
See, there's F1 fans in the chat.
There are.
Yeah, me and my husband were trying to figure out yesterday because Brad from Pin Addict likes too, and I was like, what is the correlation? Why are there fountain pen people who are? But it might be Ebonite, yo. I
got Brad into Formula One kind of a little bit. When I was on the podcast the first time, I talked to him about how also because okay, here's my theory: fountain pen people, we just nerd out, right? We're just a bunch of nerds, and we get really into like the tiny things, and we get way too invested in all the little details. And Formula One, at its very core, it's not so much like just a sport; it's an engineering competition, and it's the biggest team sport in the world. Every team has hundreds, if not thousands, of engineers working and developing these cars, and strategists and mechanics, and there's so much to like get lost in, and pen people like to get lost in things. That's why we're also camera people, and that's why we're also watch people, I guess. There's watch people, there's keyboard people. Fountain pen people are often keyboard people as well.
And knives, the thing too.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, why not? So yeah, I think we're just a very excitable kind of group of people who get overly invested in
I can see that.
things people would like barely pay attention to.
Interesting.
Okay, someone else.
A lot of knitters as well.
Yeah,
knitters.
A lot of knitters. Hey guys, I just want to, my college friends are in town and we are hanging out today. So I am going to sign off, and it was good joining all of you. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Thanks for having me, Alexandra.
Thanks for coming. It was fun.
Yeah, you guys have fun chatting. Annabelle, I'm going to find you.
Yes. I'm right here. I'm right here.
I mean that in the nicest way. All right, guys.
I hardly feel threatened.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bart's in the house.
Yes.
Bart's a good time.
I like that somebody called out the fact you were just naming Matthew's hobbies.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
No one mentioned Gundam. Or video games.
I cannot.
Or photographing food. He does a fair bit
pens in food.
Yeah.
Pens and food together.
Yeah, that's why Matthew and I are like very good friends.
Matthew's terrific.
Friends with Matthew. I already told you that. I was like, please, I want to be friends with Matthew, but I know.
Same. Every pen show I leave, I'm like, I did not spend enough time with Matthew.
See, the thing is, I am friends with Matthew's mother.
Everybody's
both you and Matthew have that in common. You both have amazingly awesome moms.
Yeah, wildly supportive. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a good batch of like MVP like super moms at pen shows. Like Michaela's mom, I would put her up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's some rad moms.
And I would say that Matthew's mom and my mom have very similar roles at pen shows. They both police our schedules. They keep us on task. They have very similar roles. Matthew just like has an actual job, and I'm just like off here filming interviews and talking to people and like wandering off while mom goes like, "Where the fuck have you been?"
Wait, we're allowed to swear on here? I wish I'd known.
Yeah, we're out of the first 7 minutes. As long as you're out of 7 minutes, YouTube will let me put ads in. So now I don't care.
Perfect. Yeah, where the fuck have you been? Anyway, I need to show mom.
I'll let you run
my applications.
I think your mom is a bit intimidating. I'm a bit scared of her.
She is kind of a badass. Like
I do not know. Her mom immediately reminded me of like my family. Like my aunts are exactly like. I was like, I know this lady. She's my people, 100%.
No, she's awesome, but like too good for me. I can't live up to it. I can't.
Because also, like, I currently don't have a home for Scriptus, so you better believe I'll be hiding behind your table like I did at Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous at DC they're going to have like a full basement, because that's usually my hidey hole. I usually kind of like go back there and kind of like find a corner in the hallway and hide and become invisible for a little bit until I recharge my social battery. But I might need to find a new place. I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I would come after all, and we'll just go for breakfast the whole day.
We need to go to the original pancake house again, because last time I went by myself, and it was awful. And I'm pretty sure I sent you a picture to make you feel bad. I hope it worked.
You did. I did.
Good.
Yeah.
I love the guilt trip pictures, Drew.
Excellent.
Every time you send me a picture of a Costco hot dog, I get really upset.
Why?
Because I can't eat beef, and Costco hot dogs are all beef. And so he's just tempting me with things I cannot consume.
That's so good.
Mom says she'll be your show mom at Scriptus.
I'll take it. I'll be ready.
That should be a
on top of your game.
I need to talk to some of the organizers, and we need to organize like a seminar of just like a panel of show moms and let everybody kind of do a Q&A session.
Yes.
Like the real heroes.
the people that keep us all, organized and shows.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, friends. I'm going to drop off.
Houses as well.
Bye, Carola.
Thanks for having me. It was really good to chat with you all.
Bye.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Oh, my face is so big now.
I know.
Because, like, my mom, Nina, Tori's mom from Stationary Universe, like, there are some really great show moms that, like, because mom at one point was not just doing coffee for me, because as Drew knows, we had a full container of instant coffee in our hotel room. When the coffee pot disappeared at 9:30 in the morning, mom was suddenly making coffee for other people in our hotel room and bringing down multiple cups of coffee for
True
people.
hero.
A cafe, basically.
I'm thinking next pen show, I need to kind of like walk around like with a backpack, with like a tap on it. So, wherever I go is just like a,
Yes.
get some coffee here, turn around. There you go.
With like the cups of coffee straws there.
Yeah. A helmet for me, backpack for everybody else.
Yeah. We were calling it a by invitation only hospitality suite.
Dig it.
Because people were coming up, people were having drinks, people were having snacks, but it was by invitation only.
I like it. Exclusivity.
To be in that exclusive club, I feel honored. I don't know how I made it here, but I won't leave.
That's fair. You made it here by making me a very nice architect nib.
I did do that.
You did do
Was
that.
it this year?
It was this year.
But you've been nice to me before when I hadn't done anything for you.
Annabelle's
before.
too exclusive for me to have ever had her do any of my nibs.
Stop.
That's not true. I've tuned things for you before.
No, you haven't.
I think.
No, you have
I
not.
think no, absolutely
you
I
have
have.
not. No, ma'am.
No, you have given me a pen to tune.
I have not. No.
Was it DC 2022?
No. So you're just making up things because I have a bad memory.
That was also when I showed you my silver harmonic.
I remember that.
Okay, you don't remember the pen?
No, you're too popular for me, girl.
I was not that popular in 2022. I didn't take appointments. I walked around not working for a lot of it. Don't tell. Yes. But I guess I already quit, so it doesn't matter.
Crystal did spend a lot of time in the hospitality suite. Saturday night was quite fun. Because
I have no memory.
You and Drew went out to dinner with other people. I did not have an invite to said dinner. So instead,
no, everybody was invited except for you. Actually, it was a specific thing. Yeah,
basically,
I don't remember
invited except for me. But there may have been prosecco and chips before we all went to Shake Shack.
Prosecco and chips, like in a bowl, like cereal.
No,
you like ate it with a spoon.
Prosecco.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We had, because we'd been to Trader Joe's, we had white truffle potato chips.
White truffle what?
Potato chips.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's something.
I don't remember dinner.
That was probably Giordano's.
Was it? Oh yeah. See, in my mind, I feel like it was really light. So it somehow, in my mind, it registers as a lunch.
No. It was pretty bright, but no, I only did 2 dinners. One was with Alexandra and everybody, and then the other one was at Giordano's with you and Aziza.
Here's the pizza.
I was like, you're going through your photo.
Yeah, that is how Google Photos is how I remember anything and everything. Look at that slice.
Wow. That is.
Wow. Delicious. We shared that. That was a good moment.
I ate it was just me and Annabelle. I think I ate like half the pizza.
I think we ate the exact same amount because I wasn't gonna have you eat more than me because I'm too proud.
But also, I think most of us ate very little on Saturday.
No, I ate a lot. I can eat everything.
Golly, I don't remember. I think I had some. Yeah, I had pasta fra diavolo. Oh, I think I cleaned that out.
It just wasn't enough with the alcohol I consumed later. So
that was a pleasant dinner. I remember that dinner I had with the 4 y'all or the 3 y'all. I was just situated so perfectly. I was right where I wanted to be. Like if I got to see everybody seated and I got to pick a seat to be in, I was like right there. I was so very happy with my seat.
So much.
I had Julia, Alexandra, Annabelle.
Mm-hmm.
People, good folks. Good folks. It was a very nice distribution of awesomeness.
Such a fun dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I ate, but it was a good time. I was also confused as to why I get to sit with so many like pen influencers. Like, how did this happen?
Because a brand approached me and went, who do you know who's going to Chicago? And I went, here are these people I know who have told me they're going to Chicago. And then all those people ended up on an invite list. And I was like, cool, I get to go to dinner with my friends.
Yeah, you created an invite list without knowing it.
Yeah.
Can you do that at every show forever?
Please.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to make Chicago an every year thing. After that, like it was really great.
Honestly, I think Chicago is one of my favorite shows.
If I have another year like that, it's going to become one for sure.
Yeah.
Because
I only went. Go on.
I love San Francisco and DC, but I get exhausted. Chicago did not leave me exhausted. It was perfect. And it was also worth the trip because it is a flight, and I do have to, it's on, and it was on Farney's dime too. So I wanted to make sure that it's worth it. Going to, St. Louis or something, I'd be worried that like, I don't know, is it really worth the expense? Am I getting, enough value here? And I was like, yeah, it was just 2 days, but I absolutely felt like it was worth it. So many people, so many great interactions, all the kids. Oh my God. It was just a great show.
They had a workshop for the kids. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but
no, it was so cool though. And they were so bought in and energetic and just a really alive, group of folks there.
And next year, like the scavenger hunt for the kids thing that was Saturday, Sunday, I actually hope they start Friday because there were a lot of kids there Friday. But the scavenger hunt where they had to talk to a bunch of vendors didn't actually start till Saturday. So next year, I hope they started a day earlier because I signed a lot of those passport cards on Saturday, Sunday. But I sold a lot of pens to kids on Friday.
What were they buying?
Twsbis. Sailor Twsbis.
Oh. Love it.
Yeah.
I need to buy some of those for Farney's. Farney's doesn't do the Twsbi yet.
They're a nice pen. I didn't know that I was going to like them because I don't like a Lamy Safari. Yeah, I don't like a Lamy Safari. I didn't think I was going to like the grip in my hand. But because you can adjust it so much, it actually was pretty good. Yeah. And I like that it comes in, I think it comes in 4 nib sizes.
Yeah, they're solid.
Do you have Sailor feedback on those? I haven't tried a Twsbi.
Not as much as any of the gold nib pens, but they were still a nice pen. We're going to talk about this comment. Richard's kids did 20 questions.
Oh my gosh. That's adorable.
And so I have to figure out how I'm doing those episodes. I think one is going to come out on Monday and one's going to come out on a Friday.
Did they wear Kirk's kimono?
They did not wear Kirk's kimono.
Is it a real 20 questions then?
It is a real 20 questions.
Wear the kimono.
It is more real than one of the 20 questions episodes I filmed that the night of Pen Show After Dark.
Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I'm clued in.
What happened?
I'll tell you off stream.
But yeah, those kids were fantastic. I've been speaking with Richard for years, and I really wanted to go to Chicago last year, but I was not able to. So I thought that, after I lost my job, I had lost his contact. He had no way to reach out to me. I was like, all right, well, that sucks, because I had, his son had sent videos and stuff like that, letters, notes. I'd sent them stickers, little freebie pens, and I was just really sad that I, might have lost that relationship. Mm-hmm. And so when I saw him there, he's like, "Oh my God, you're here!" And I'm like, "Oh my God, you!" And he's like, I'm gonna bring my kids tomorrow. Are you gonna be here? I'm like, yes, please. And it was just such a great thing to see. And I felt like I just a lot of these interactions are just meeting friends that I hadn't yet like met, and that was like just a really, really special moment. I kept on seeing him over going. He kept on hugging me. I'm just like,
and I think like
little buddy.
That's how I feel at like every pen show. Like Julie and I've talked to each other for years. I didn't meet her in person until Thursday night at the bar.
Yeah, but it feels like.
Yeah.
Both of you are taller than I expected you to be.
I get that a lot.
Both of you.
Does it? I shrunk 2 inches on chemo. I'm 2 inches shorter than I started, Drew.
Oh, wow. Well, dang.
Yeah.
You were really tall then.
Yeah. But like also that was the first, you and I met for the first time at the Heinz table. I came in to drop off pens and you were standing there. And that was so much fun.
Oh, when I saw Drew downstairs, I obviously had customers and I had to be like, do you mind if I just get up and like ignore you for a minute? And he was there and I was like, everybody get out the way. Get out the way. Drew's in. He's mine now. Everybody fuck off.
I went down there specifically before I went into the big ballroom. Like, I need to go downstairs because Annabelle's down there and she's going to get mad at me if I don't go say hi first. So I'm like, I need to go say hi to Anabelle. She was busy. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's fine. I will wait. She's with some people. I'm just going to hover. I saw her, kind of gave her a little nod. I'm like, all right, I'll approach when she's free. And then, so I'm just kind of like biding my time. And then out of nowhere, she's like right there. I was like, Anabelle, you have people.
I always have people. They don't leave me alone.
Anabelle, like if you sit at her table, you are a part of the Anabelle show. And
yes.
If you sit behind Annabelle's table, you are part of the Anabelle show.
Then you're part of the catering.
Exactly. I was just like a prop at that point and was happy to have somewhere to sit.
Yeah.
But it was like Mom had brought stuff in and was like, I think Drew is at the Heinz table. And I was like, well, off I go.
Love it.
Yeah, it was
to be fair, I hadn't
show.
seen you since Baltimore 2023, I think. It had been a really, really long time.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, it had been like depressingly long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't have that happen again.
Who do we need to bribe for us to all go to LA?
I'm going to LA.
I was like, I may go to help Joel next year.
I would try it, but my thing is like, I'm not gonna, I've got a travel budget and I would probably need to choose between San Francisco and LA. And until LA is as, populous, well put together and, well attended as San Francisco, I don't think that I'm going to, be able to pick LA over San Francisco.
How many shows a year do you get to do?
Oh, I don't, basically I want to make sure I do one West Coast show a year, one Midwest show a year. And then it's easy for me to drive to a bunch of shows on the East Coast.
Yeah.
But as far as flights, like I'm going to see, like if I went to like St. Louis and Chicago, I'm going to see mostly the same people. And so flying out twice to do that, it's like, and then also San Francisco and LA, like, are you really going to see a completely different set of folks? Like, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's far away, but I don't know if it's worth the expense of 2 flights, 2, lengthy hotel stays, and honestly, 2 weekends away from the family, Yeah. So if someone tells me like, hey, LA is actually better than San Francisco now, I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'll give it a shot. But I'm kind of waiting for that.
I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah, not yet.
I like LA because it's like a cozy mini SF, right? It's the same. It's the same general kind of crowd, but it's just comfier and
that's
kind
of why I like Baltimore, because Baltimore is like a mini cozy DC.
Right. Yeah. Yes,
which I love. So I would probably enjoy it, but like as far as getting the most bang out of Barney's buck is, I'll probably stick with San Francisco for the time being.
Yeah.
It's just the Saturday
for San Francisco, because I am going there for the first time this year, and I'm a little nervous because from what I've heard and seen, it is packed as all hell.
Not as bad as DC.
So your strategy is Friday is your day if you want to buy stuff. Friday, you like shoot for the things, the places you want to go. Saturday, you go into the city, you go look at that bridge. I've never seen it. Apparently, it's not even golden. It's all a lie. And then you come back on, but then Saturday night, you got to be back at the hotel because Saturday night at the Aloft Bar, so fun. And
I will
then
say,
Sunday, you
do
just can hang
not
out.
drive away from the parking lot if you park.
Yeah, no, not driving.
That's true.
Do not. If you need to go, if you found a parking spot, you keep your car there until it is time to go home. You get an Uber, you do something else. You do not get some poor young man to drive you to breakfast and then get out of his car in the parking lot while he's still searching for a parking spot because you have to pee.
Wait.
Sorry, Aiden.
No, that's fine. I remember now. That was a great time. Great breakfast.
It was a great breakfast. I just felt so bad for Aiden because I'm like, oh, you just lost your parking spot forever.
You'll never get it back yet.
No.
My answer to this question is the same as any pen show. If somebody wants to pay for my travel to be there, I will be there. I have no job. I have a brain injury. I don't have a lot of disposable income. My pen money comes from YouTube AdSense. So Chicago happened because a brand paid for me to travel to the show. Any other pen shows that happen this year will happen for the same reason. So we'll see what happens. Again, the summer is very fluid right now, as I keep saying. Apparently, Drew and I need to go to Colorado again. Same answer as above.
This is the first year I cannot go. I cannot go to Colorado this year, and I've been the last 2 years because I'll be in Japan, like sad. But yeah.
Oh no, you're gonna be in Japan.
When's Colorado?
Also in that after the weekend after the
October.
It's in October.
Oh. Okay. That's
I'll
maybe.
have my assistant send you my schedule, and then you're just going to come with me for all of those events.
That's not crazy.
It is very
I've never been to Colorado.
It's October 17th through 19th.
Ooh, I technically could go, but that's very close to whenever we leave.
I think that'll depend on the complexity of the costume Archer has me put together for him.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait, I get to see that. Can I help?
I am so looking forward to this year's Halloween costume contest.
Video series on YouTube, Drew?
Do I have a stream?
No, just a video series of you making.
Oh no, I have it's all just on Instagram. I never did like a full video on him. No, this year he's kind of just like making up his own character. He wants to be some sort of like sci-fi post-apocalyptic bounty hunter. So
wait, do you need me to draw any cat stuff for you?
Maybe. Can you do that for like a 3D print?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, yeah, of course I can. Yeah, actually. Could you modify like a what are those 3D print files? I forget what format they're in.
STL.
Yeah. You can like edit those?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did 4 years of CAD at goldsmithing school.
Oh, so if like Archer found a helmet that he liked, but he doesn't want it to have a like mouthpiece, you could just kind of like figure out to kind of take that out.
Yeah, just give me like dimensions and stuff, and then
okay, I might do that. Because this year I think I'm gonna 3D print the helmet and sand it and paint it and all that stuff.
Wait, what's the volume of your 3D printer? Is it 25 by 25 by 25 centimeters? Sorry.
It says. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't say centimeters. It says 256 millimeters.
All
right. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 25.6.
25.6.
There we go.
Does that fit a head?
10 is a centimeter, Drew.
Sure. Yeah.
Does that fit a child's head size? Is a helmet does it fit a whole head?
I believe it will be in segments.
Got it. Cool. I don't know how helmets work.
I printed some filament units like for storage and stuff like that. Very, very happy with myself. I hung IKEA thing on the wall. It hasn't fallen down yet. So yeah, got a whole little 3D printing happy setup now.
So I want to highlight this comment because I don't think people understand that this video would just be Anabelle sitting behind a table, getting progressively more and more blue as Drew gets absolutely swarmed by human beings that want to talk to him. We would need two separate, like we could just set up a GoPro for Anabelle and then have a camera person following Drew.
Like a time lapse on me.
Yeah.
And then, or Drew could be my list bitch.
I could be your show mom.
You could be my show mom.
A pin for you, Drew. Like,
I mean, that would be fun. I probably, I need to. Here's the thing. So I go to shows to grind, not necessarily because I want to grind, but it's like the best way that I can like give back, I think, to the community. I don't particularly care about grinding anymore because I've done so much of it. But I also, it's such a good way to like sit down and meet people, and I get lost in the conversation.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Like Matthew Chen. I love him. I love that he has his mum and he just grinds and churns them out. CY is like 4 times faster than me. Kirksby probably way faster than me. We've never ground next to each other. But yeah, I chat and
yes,
it's an
you do.
experience.
I've had to like try to. I was like, okay, you need to get back to work. And you're like, hold on, no.
Yeah.
And you kept like, lady, you've got 2 people waiting
They
here.
just told me everything about their life, and we'll just do 3 architects
no,
at the
I
same
am
time.
leaving. Get back to work.
No.
Yeah, you just need longer appointments. You're like, okay, if you book appointment with me, we're going to be here for like an hour and a half, and just say it's like a grind and conversation.
Yeah, but then she gets like kicked out of the basement because it's too late, and she still has work to do.
They should not have been so strict about
And
that
cowboy
time.
hat guy comes down and starts getting aggressive.
Oh, Rod. See,
cowboy hat guy.
Yeah, Roger's very strict on his time limits. Roger has a thing about like making sure everyone's out when they're supposed to be out, so like they can lock the doors.
Roger should give me a table upstairs, and then it's not a problem. And I think they will next year. I think they've realized the flaws in their logic of putting me in the basement.
If he doesn't, I will, like I did with other people, give you Roger's personal phone number, which I, for whatever reason, have. And a couple people used it to their advantage this year.
I don't like to threaten people necessarily. I can send Drew though.
People were like, we don't have a table. And I was like, here's Roger's personal phone number. And suddenly they had tables.
Just set up your own thing, Anabelle, outside in general, like a secondary table.
Yeah. I also I feel like you need 45-minute appointments, not half-an-hour appointments.
The thing is, I can totally grind. Listen.
I know
people
you
just so
can,
fun.
but at one point you were 2.5 hours behind.
We should call it. Listen, we should call them a meet and grind, and then we just set expectations.
Or you should do what was it San Francisco that people used to just randomly put up lists and people would like.
Yeah. So that's what Matthew does most of the time. It's just like, hey, I'm here now. If you want an appointment, put yourself on the desk, and my mom's gonna text you.
Yeah.
I don't even have a US phone number. I'm not gonna text anyone. That's crazy.
Just hang out. This is why you need a show mom, as this person says. You need a show mom who can text people back.
Yes.
Well, Shannon's gonna come with me to the DC show this year. She can do it.
What?
Yeah, I'm bringing both. I'm bringing Shannon and Archer. Yeah.
Oh, Drew, you're making DC more appealing, and DC has such shite accessibility.
Yeah.
I'd be upset, but I'm gonna live with you for a week, so I'm not that upset. Right? We're doing a week. That's what I heard.
Yeah. I got nothing going on.
3 months.
A lot of commuting.
I'm gonna go to Fanny's. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
Long, boring train ride.
I love train rides.
They're fine.
How many chuggers before the choo choo?
Oh.
8. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
That's the extended edition of the chuggers. I like it.
I mean, you gotta wait for that choo-choo. It's the payoff.
You just will not.
Good things come to those who chugga.
Well,
that was the perfect
anyone
answer.
else have anything pressing they need to add to this?
To these succulent topics.
You're like, and in credits there.
Well, okay, to be fair, I think I've done a very good job of marketing this show these days. I have stopped calling it a fountain pen show. I have called it a fountain pen adjacent show. I have said it is your favorite personalities from the fountain pen world, but there is no guarantee we will talk about pens. To be fair, I think we talked about pens today more than most episodes of this show.
I think we did good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about licking them.
We talked about the fact I still don't have my Farney's Retro 51 pen.
I don't remember talking about that.
I texted you and I said, "Can I pay you and you bring me one at Chicago?" And you went, "No, we're still gonna have them for ages. Just pick one up at some point." And I went,
that's what you should have done. Definitely.
Yeah, I tried, Drew. I tried. I went, "Can I send you money?" And you just bring me one.
And
you went,
me my pen.
"No, we're gonna have them for ages."
We
just
will. You gotta go to the store that isn't open yet.
But I live in a different fucking country.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. You're good where you're at.
Yeah.
Stay there. Stay safe.
Annabelle's gonna have to bring me one when she comes for Scriptus.
Can do.
I smuggle things all the time.
Yep.
It's good.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Easy. I'll steal things. Wait, but at that point, the shop is going to be open, right? October?
Oh, yeah.
If it's not open by October, Drew's going to be having a panic attack somewhere.
Yeah, we won't see Drew at all.
I've got a store manager with no store. He's terrible.
So what does he manage now?
He's just helping out at the warehouse right now, so he got nothing to manage.
Somebody finally made a comment on your 20 questions again. They are deeply offended by you referring to an ink as fleshy colored.
You're welcome.
Something
similar to his shirt.
Something that I had fixated on at the time, but nobody else has mentioned in the 6 months your video has been up. And just now somebody has realized that you referred to inks as fleshy colored.
I wonder what ink would have been fleshy.
I know. I'm just trying to think.
Well, there are flushes of all colors.
Does it match the color of your shirt, maybe?
This is Drew flesh. This is that, which is very different than, human flesh.
Right.
Very, very different.
Noted.
Yeah.
All right.
Pink person. My brother's like this too for some reason. He and I were just like commiserating, like, why are we pink?
Just fleshy.
Yeah. We don't know.
It's a soothing color, maybe to some.
Thank you.
Salmon. I'm a fan of salmon color.
Yeah. I think it would be a bigger issue if
that's the color of the foundation I use.
Really turquoise wasn't there. Like if it was if the shirt was all that color, it would be a problem.
Oh, it would be. Yeah, the blue at least breaks it up a little bit.
Yeah.
If it was all pink, it just looked like I'm topless.
Yeah. And with that, thanks for joining us today. I'm
speechless. That's impressive.
That's what I'm here for.
Thanks to everyone who watched.
Thank you.
Thank you to the three of you and the other two for hanging out this morning.
You're very welcome.
I'm sure I'll have you back at some point.
I can't wait for
if
pizza.
You don't, I will know why.
Hey, Drew, it was you said at Chicago, can I be back on? And I went, sure, I'll create a panel in June. And then like I created a panel in June.
You did.
Look at me go.
Look
so
at you.
consistent.
So consistent.
Punctuality.
All right.
All right. Y'all have a
good
fantastic day. Hope to
Thank
see
you
you
for having
soon.
me on. Can't wait to have pizza.